in Swami Vivekananda, we have a great personality who harmonized East and West, religion and science, ancient and modern. In him, we have a teacher of international harmony and international cooperation. As a youth, his name was Narendra. As a college student, he became agnostic, and his search for truth continued by visiting various prominent personalities. Ultimately, he came to Sri Ramakrishna, 1836, 1886. Through Sri Ramakrishna, he realized profound dimensions of spiritual experience, and he became an instrument of work for the good of the people. After Ramakrishna's passing away, he went around India as a wandering monk, seeing the people at close quarters, the poor, the rich, the prince, pauper, everyone. He lived with them and understood India of today. India of the past was great. The India represented by Sri Ramakrishna was great, but he wanted to know the India of today. And after all these wanderings, through foot mostly, he reached Kanyakumari, the uttermost point of India. Sitting on a rock, he meditated about his own life's mission. He decided that our people were raised, there must be international harmony, all kinds of modern ideas. He thought in his mind, and he came out and found University, Parliament of Religion in Chicago, in September 11, 1893. He decided to go and attend the Parliament. Some people helped him, and without any other kind of recommendation from the committee, he reached Chicago. But he found Parliament would not accept him because he had no credentials, he said. He went to Boston, stayed there for a few days. There he met a great professor of Greek in the Harvard University, Professor John Wright. Talking with him, Professor Wright became impressed by his great intellect and personality. And he asked him, you should go and become a delegate to the Parliament of Religions. Swami said, I decided, but they told me I have no credentials. Immediately, Professor remarked, to ask you, Swami, for your credentials is like asking the sun his right to shine. Not only he said so, he wrote a letter to the Parliament Committee saying, here is a man who is more learned than all the learned professors put together. In that letter, Swami returned to Chicago. After a few difficulties, he found access to the Parliament. Parliament met on September 11, 1893. Swamiji spoke at 4 p.m. that day. He addressed the whole audience, sisters and brothers from America. Immediately there was a tremendous applause for 2 minutes, and Swamiji continued his speech, in which he expounded the Vedantic idea of human nature. He said, you are all children of immortal bliss. You are not sinners. This is the first Vedantic thought bomb that Swamiji threw on people of America. He was to continue his work in America and England for some time, and then return to India in 1897, landing at Colombo, passing through towns of various cities in Colombo. He reached Madras and gave a great lecture here, so also Calcutta, so also Lahore. In all these lectures, he presented the idea of developing humanity in India as well as elsewhere. His great Vedantic teaching, he compressed in a few small statements. Each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divine within by controlling nature, external and internal. These beautiful ideas are found expressed by Monsieur Ramarula in his Life of Ramakrishna, Life of Vivekananda, both of whom he calls them the splendid symphony of the universal soul. In his Life of Vivekananda, Ramarula says, these various works of Vivekananda are like songs of Beethoven, starting rhythms with Handel choruses. I cannot touch these sayings of Swamiji, distant from me 30 years, without getting a thrill to my body as an electric shock. And what shock sometimes goes must have issued on the lips of the hero, the common people, those who heard it. There are beautiful ideas. This is Swami Vivekananda. He passed away in 1902, July 4th. He developed the Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, consisting of monastic order members taken from all over the world and other householders also, as far as the Ramakrishna Mission is concerned, for serving the people without respect to caste, creed or color. He developed the concept of international relations, international organization, international understanding. That is one of the great lectures there. He also founded Sharada Mutt for women, and that is there already, Ramakrishna Sharada Mission and Sharada Mutt. I am extremely delighted that the Advaita Ashrama of Calcutta is bringing out this CD containing the life and message of Swami Vivekananda. And I pray that people in all parts of the world derive benefit from the great music of Vedanta which Swamiji proclaimed in all parts of the world. Thank you all.